Her husband was always late coming home. Then she looked at his laundry and realized why. But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe to Happy World, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories. She looked at the neat row of folded clothes on the bed and felt an odd sense of satisfaction. But then she saw something that caught her attention. She grabbed a shirt and studied it closely. That's when the truth hit her like a speeding truck. Now she knew why her husband came home late all the time. So she reached for her phone and called. Jonna Miller and her husband David lived in Leesburg, Indiana. They hadn't been married very long, but everything was going great so far. But then David started coming home later than usual. Jonna could tell her husband had changed, and this worried her. With each passing day, her insecurities grew. Was it possible that he wasn't happy with his family anymore? Then, out of the blue, she found the answers she desperately needed. David and Jonna began dating in 2012. They got engaged a year later during Thanksgiving dinner. In less than no time, the Millers had plenty more to celebrate. Jonna was also 6 months pregnant with a baby girl. In 2014, Jonna gave birth to Delaney. The following year, the couple decided to officially get hitched, but Jonna had no idea that married life was going to be this complicated. Jonna was raised in Indiana. She often joked that she spent a lot of time telling bad jokes and creating awkward situations. But her unique sense of humor prepared her for what she would end up doing later in life, using her sarcastic voice for her blog, Real Blunt Blonde. Thousands of her readers tuned in to see what she would say next. One day, she decided to talk about her husband and what she learned about him, which left her followers speechless. David's childhood was quite different from Jonna's light-hearted life. He was raised in an Amish community where distrust of technology and simple living was the staple of this Swiss-German religious order. Jonna is often amused by her husband's idiosyncrasies. She even dedicated a whole section to him called "You Can Take a Man Out of the Amish, But..." Jonna claimed that David was well adjusted to his new English lifestyle. David worked grueling hours at an RV dealership, so he often didn't make it home until it was very late in the evening. On the other hand, Jonna was a stay-at-home mom who somehow found the time to keep her online followers satiated. But on her blog, she claimed that her husband's absence made her insecure and isolated. In 2015, Jonna decided to vent her frustrations on her blog after a rather difficult day. "I'm married to a hard-working man, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't take a toll on me. Sometimes he'll come home after a long day at work, and I'll be waiting for him to walk in the door so I can yell, 'You promised me you'd be home at 5,' as if he'd rather be working than spending time with me and our daughter. I'm putting him in a lose-lose situation. He literally can't win. If he doesn't work late, we won't get the new furniture set that I have to have. If he does work later, he comes home to a nagging wife who's desperate for his attention." She explained, "I'm so selfish in our marriage, and I know that. But every once in a while, I have my little aha moment that gives me a sense of understanding." But then life gave Jonna a reality check. David didn't come home by the time he promised on one typical Wednesday, so Jonna put his dinner in the fridge and shut the door angrily. She was so upset, and she promised herself she'd give him a piece of her mind. Then the dryer finished its cycle, and she